And welcome back to another episode of Real Conversations. I'm your host, Jacob O'Connor. Real Conversations is a podcast for those dedicated to doing hard things and living a meaningful life. This belief is perhaps best encapsulated by a quote from the great Teddy Roosevelt. It's not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, nor where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who's actually in the arena. With that being said, welcome back to another episode of Real Conversations. Today, I'm joined with my good friend, John Peterson.
Yo, I always want to laugh during that intro, too.
I know.
I had to look away.
I know. And Sid McKinney.
Yes, thanks for having me back.
Oh, this is exciting. Sid, you are killing it. After last episode, researching for you, I was super impressed with all of your stats. Sid's a D1 softball player here at Wichita State, for those who don't know. But more recently, I was just looking into it. You just crossed the number one for, was it most hits?
Batting average?
Yeah, it's
batting average, right?
Well, it's number one batting average this year at 539, I believe. Right?
I don't know. I try not to look at it, honestly.
Okay. Well, I pulled the stats. It's 539, but you just hit the all-time top 10 for most hits in the NCAA.
Yeah, I just crossed the top 10.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Is awesome.
How's that feel?
It feels good. I've always just been like a base hitter, so that's really what I focus on every year. So I didn't even know I was coming close to it, but it's really cool to see my name on some of the.
Well, that combined with your batting average, and then you guys just beat Oklahoma State last night, and then you guys are ranked 23rd in the entire NCAA for women's softball. Like, you guys are killing it.
Yeah, it's been a really fun year. We faced quite a bit of adversity recently, so it was really cool to go out there and kind of, I guess, just band together as a team last night. I think you could really see that. Had some injuries that we've been working through. Everybody's sore. It's that point in the season, so that's been pretty hard. But last night was cool. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I saw there were a couple injuries. Who went down?
Yeah, Zoe Jones.
Yeah, I heard about that one. That's very unfortunate.
But hopefully she'll be back. Hopefully next weekend or the weekend after.
Ooh.
I think she's gonna make a comeback. I think she's ready for it. So
good.
We'll see.
Really?
Yeah, she's a great player. I mean, last year you had the pressure of wanting to lead the NCAA in batting average and cross that 500 mark. You talked a little bit about how you could kind of feel maybe a little bit of pressure at the end of the season.
Yeah.
This year, is it even in the back of your mind? Is it playing any sort of factor in your head?
I think most of the time it's not at all, but there's some days that not even on my bad days. Sometimes I'll just be driving on the way home from the game and I'm like, wow, I just got to keep going. I got to keep going. I got to keep there's such a high expectation. I think when you play at such a high level your whole life, which I have, it's just what's expected of you. You have to go out there. It's just kind of like a job. So that's kind of what I take it as. I'm trying to have a lot more fun this year.
Yeah.
Last year I did feel the pressure a little bit, the year before that too, but this year trying to just go out and do my best.
Well, it's so remarkable because you look at the entire landscape of the NCAA, there's some really good players in D1 NCAA division, and you are at the top of the list in a lot of different categories, and it's got to be a testament to the hard work and everything. But I just can only imagine how good that must feel as your senior season. It's everything is kind of coming into fruition over the last couple of years.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really cool, especially seeing the career achievements that are coming out because I'm old. It's my 5th year. So I'm like, wow, I've been here for a long time. I know other teams when I play and they're like, how is she still here?
Yeah.
But yeah, I was actually talking to Bailey about it a little bit, just the mindset of being good. It's almost a little bit of you have to be yeah, I'm the shit, mixed with a little bit of imposter syndrome and kind of mix them together. That's what I feel like a lot of the time. It's oh, you're doing this good, but you still have a next game and you still have a next game and you still have a next game. So, yeah, that's kind of how I feel.
Would you say you're a very competitive person?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It so for you, is it you love to win or is it you hate to lose?
Oh, I hate to lose. I really hate it. It just, even if I go, say I have 5 at bats, I go 5 for 5, I make a diving play. If we lose, it just eats at me. I hate it. I hate the feeling, but I just hate to lose. So luckily we haven't lost a lot, but it's just something that when you do, it just makes you want to work harder.
Well, in that work that you talk about, I feel maybe there's more of a light shed on basketball and what the offseason looks like. But For softball, what does your day in and day out look like in season and out of season, like getting reps and whatever else?
Yeah, in season, for me anyways, I know what my body needs, and it's just really maintaining everything physically to stay in shape, to not get hurt, because I know I can hit the ball. I know I can feel the ball. We do enough of that in practice. But for me, the biggest thing is recovery in season. I just did an hour with my trainer, just
Nice.
rolling everything out, getting everything, massage, icing, everything I can do with that. But off season is a lot on your own. And I think that's the hardest thing to learn when you're coming to college as an athlete, because that first, you've always been told what to do. You play all summer. You're usually the best on the team. And I know the freshmen this year, they struggled a little bit just to be on your own, and nobody's telling you what to do. We'll give you all the tools you need, but you have to do it by yourself. And that's the biggest learning aspect in college. And that's all I focus on in the summer. It's a lot of softball, but it's a lot of fitness. I think it's more fitness than softball for sure.
Well, it's a full-time job too. Like when you're in season, you're also in school.
Yeah.
And so that dichotomy, I'm sure, is a tough one to navigate as a D1 athlete.
Yeah, absolutely. I wasn't the best student coming in. I kind of got it down as I progressed, but I don't have class right now. So it's just softball.
Does that make it so much easier?
It really does. I don't have to worry about taking tests, getting homework in, writing discussion boards, none of that.
We're both seniors as well. I guess all three of us here are seniors. And John and I had this 8-week capstone course that concluded right before spring break. And so for that first 8 weeks, second semester, it was such a grind and we hated our lives.
Yes.
And then now it's like, I'm not going to lie, I've got a decent amount of time in my hands to do stuff like this and whatever else.
Yeah, absolutely. It's fun to have a little bit of time.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I still can't believe that you guys shove like 50 to 60 games in like a 2-3 month period.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's just ridiculous.
It's bang, 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 bang.
Yeah, it's
right.
insane.
All at once. It's crazy.
Do a lot of those games, are there in-season tournaments that go on, or is it like every game is either conference, you're playing against someone else, or is it like you'll have a Saturday where you've got 4 different games and everyone's in the same area?
Preseason is all tournaments. So we'll have like 5 different teams. I wouldn't say 5, 3 different teams, 3 or 4. And then once we get into conference, it's just the conference series, but we'll throw in midweeks that aren't in conference, like the Oklahoma States, the OUs, the KUs.
Yeah. Talk about that Oklahoma State game. That's got to feel really good because they were number 3 whenever you guys beat them last night?
Yeah. No, it's always awesome beating them. I love beating Oklahoma State. I really respect them. I love Kelly Maxwell. We played together in Japan, so utmost respect for their team.
Such a flex right there. We played together in Japan.
But they're gonna make a World Series. They're always up in the charts. So we always give them a battle, and they don't like it, but it's fun to beat them.
Well, and all signs are indicating you guys have a good chance at that championship run too. I mean, you're ranked right now. You're beating really good teams. You've got great pieces. People are coming back from injury, hopefully. Like, it's the right time for all of that to go right.
Yeah, it is. And I think last night especially was one of the games that we played together as a team the best. Alex Aguilar, freshman, had the best game of her career easily. Sammy Hood, she knows it. She had terrible 3 at-bats and then came up with a 2-run home run to put us ahead. So it's just crazy. There's so many different pieces this year that you don't think it's going to come, and then out of nowhere it does. And it just really comes together somehow at the end, whether it's pretty or not, it comes together. So it's been really cool.
You talk about, like, obviously the rigor of end season and the importance of recovery. Are ice baths something that you do? We may have talked about this last time, but
I think we did, but yeah.
I'm curious.
Yeah, I ice bath quite a bit, and then I do cryotherapy quite a bit.
Oh my gosh. What's cryotherapy like?
I love it. It's actually kind of scary at first because you go into like a freezer, and I actually 2 times ago rolled up the window for the first time because I usually like leave it down and talk to the worker because it's scary. But I rolled it up, and it was terrifying, honestly, because there's just like the smoke all around you,
right? And
then like everything freezes, and you just got to focus on breathing and not freaking out. But now I like it.
So how long are you in there, and how cold is it?
I think I'm up to 3 minutes and it's like negative 200.
Good Lord.
Oh, jeez. Are you standing up? You laying down?
You're standing up and you have like I have my sports bra and spandex on, and then they put socks and slippers on you.
Wow.
And gloves. You have to have gloves.
What's like the max somebody stays in a cryotherapy chamber or whatever it is?
I think the max is 3 minutes, but I think you just turn down the temp.
Gotcha.
Or turn
Gotcha.
up the temp. Turn down.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
Wow. So you're right there at the peak then, 3 minutes.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Crazy.
cool. And then like when you take an ice bath, is that just like with the trainers or where do you do that at?
Yeah, our training room in either SAC or Coke or at the field. We have ice baths all of those places. So I
Oh,
just go
wow.
right after.
Is it like the 100-gallon horse trough where you toss the ice in, or what type of ice bath is it?
So we have nice ones.
I was afraid
But
we
we
were
also
doing
have
that.
horse troughs in our locker room. We have a couple, but then in our training room we have the nice ones.
I'm pretty jealous. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
We always do the horse troughs, and it's like, I would love to get into one of those nice ones with the circulating water and everything's like
Yeah,
all
the
set up.
whirlpool, they're super nice.
Oh,
Because
man.
we do hot tubs, like we'll do contrast sometimes, and I really like that.
Nice. Do you do sauna at all?
Just on my own, not normally.
Not a big fan of it.
I don't mind it every now and then. I like to go after I like have a good swim, but other than that, I don't really have time to
Yeah.
go.
That makes sense.
Swimming's something that we've always been saying we got to get more into.
Yeah.
I'm a terrible swimmer though, I feel like.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like I know how to swim, but for some reason the O'Connors just as a family. Yeah, we don't go on many vacations where we go swimming.
That's funny. Yeah. I'm not the best swimmer by any means. Like there's always swimmers that'll be in there when I am, and they lap me easily, like even the little kids, but I just do it just for kind of a recovery.
I don't get how they do it. Like we went to high school with one of our friends, Carter Nelson, who's a D1 swimmer at Texas A&M, and
Oh, cool.
he's got his Olympic qualifying time. And it's like, dude, how are you doing that? Like I'd have the fear of dying because you're
Right,
underwater.
You just don't breathe.
Yeah, like when you're doing
confused.
cardio normally, like you're already huffing and puffing. Now stick your head in the water and do the same thing.
Yes. So my freshman year at Mizzou in the fall, before I transferred, we did the program. I don't know if you guys have heard of that.
What is that?
It's like these 2 Navy SEAL guys come in and you do Navy SEAL training for 3 days.
Holy cow.
It was awful. But one of the days, so each session was 5 hours, and one of the days was all swimming. And so we would have to do our little cardio thing when we got out, and it all had to be on time, obviously. And we couldn't get it on time. So we were just swimming laps and laps and laps and laps and laps. And all of our shins were bloody and bruised. And I was like,
For softball?
yeah, this is not fun. And they're like, well, this doesn't even count for team hours because it's team bonding. And I was like, this makes me hate everyone.
Team bonding. Go see a movie or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yes.
Someone said, let's do half a hell week and bring the softball girls out for team bonding.
Yes, literally. And then you get out and they're like, grab a drink. And I'm like, I'm drowning. Like, I don't want your drink.
Yeah, throw me a life vest, please.
Yes, please.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that sounds terrible. So like what type of stuff were you doing? Was it just laps or were you like any weights on you or?
We did laps, and then we did where we had to go in and with our hoodies and take our hoodies off and trade them and put them back on.
Ooh.
Like your teammate's hoodie. Well, and like one of the girls couldn't swim very well. So she just went under for a long time.
That's me.
And I was like, I was beside her. I was like, I am too tired. Like if she's dying, they're going to have to jump in and save her because I cannot right now. She will drag me down.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was tough taking the hoodies off and putting them on, but that was probably the most fun part of that day, I would say.
She's at the bottom of the pool. You're like, I need your sweatshirt. We got to trade.
Oh, get up here.
At least you know who the weakest link is. If we're going on like vacation, there's a shark or something.
Yeah, literally.
Wow. That's wild.
That's cool.
Any other like weird workout, cool experiences?
No. We did we do a lot of what's it called? Cessnas. We used to do a lot of Cessnas for punishment runs. We'll do stadiums and Coke for punishment runs, but luckily we haven't had one this year.
Just like running up the stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
Jeez.
Awful.
Yeah.
But
It's a long way. There's a lot of stairs over there.
so many stairs. Crazy.
Yeah. And it seems like it's never full either whenever you go to
No.
the games.
The stadium?
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
I don't know why. I just went off track there. I was thinking about basketball and I was like, as a fan, if the stadium was full, you'd have to climb all the way to the top.
Right.
And so we were talking about how much that would suck. And then I was thinking, well, no one's really had to deal with that recently.
Right. Well, I was thinking about that, and I don't know how ticket sales go or like how that works, but like, shouldn't you like sell it from the bottom up somehow?
You would think.
But they don't. Like,
They
it's
just-
never
yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I
would
don't
think
know.
for like even the TV just appearance of the place
Right.
to sell
There's
the
no one
bottom so that
ever
you
down
can
there.
see.
Yeah. Even if you just sell them for much cheaper, like if you're nationally televised or locally televised, it would look better if it was like, oh, wow, it's kind of full tonight.
Right.
But they're getting a new coach, so
Yeah.
I mean that's exciting.
Men's and women's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That is pretty cool. How long has your coach been around?
I believe she's been here for 12 years, and now she is the only woman head coach at Wichita State.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Because,
Pizza.
yeah. Wow. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So where was she at before Wichita State? Was she coaching high school or?
She was at Emporia State.
Okay.
She's been a bunch of places. She was somewhere in California for a while, and then she was at Emporia State for a long time, and then came here.
Yeah.
Makes sense. That's wild though.
Dude, I don't know why I'm so tired today.
I am too.
It's a slow podcast today.
I know. Well, I
So-
can only imagine from your standpoint, like you had the game last night and then you've got another game coming up and today's your off day. I would just be dead if I were you.
Yeah, I don't really sleep in, so like, and I can't nap, so I'm just tired.
You can't nap?
No, I cannot nap at all. Like Bailey can nap for hours and hours and hours during the day, but if the sun's up, I am awake. I hate it.
Well, wait, that's a good point too. You're engaged now. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
How exciting is that?
Oh, it was super exciting. It was a super crazy week because that was towards the beginning of season in February. It was on Valentine's Day, which wasn't really
Oh.
planned for Valentine's Day because that's kind of cheesy, but like I was getting ready to leave for a 6-day trip to San Diego. So I was like, might as well get out of the way. Not get out of the way, but
Check
like,
that off my to-do list.
it was like a self-preservation because I knew she was gonna say yes. But I was like, if she says no, I have 6 days
There you go.
in California.
Yeah.
But she didn't say no.
And it was Valentine's Day, so it all works out.
Yes, it all worked out. So I actually used my dogs and I got bandanas and said, will you marry my mom? And my dogs didn't want to put the bandanas on. And to the nap, Bailey was taking like a 3-hour nap. Like I had this all planned all day. And I was like, Bailey, wake up. And she was just chilling. And I was like, look, I got you flowers because that was like kind of the decoy. And I got her
Right.
actually these shoes. I bought them for myself, but said they were for her. Because they were the same size. And I was like, Bailey, wake up. Like, I got your flowers. And she was like, oh, that's so nice. Thanks. And then I was like, no, get up. And so then Max pulled through. My dog, Judd,
Yeah.
he didn't want any part of it.
Oh,
So
come on.
Max ran out and helped.
What a
save
poor
the day.
wingman.
Yeah. Yeah. But it worked out. It was fun.
That's so exciting.
Was she surprised?
She was so surprised. Yeah. And then I was actually surprised because when I got back from the trip, she proposed to me and I just like wasn't expecting that. And she had a ring and everything. So
Wow, that's
it was cool.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Do
Yeah.
you guys have a wedding planned or not yet?
Oh no.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna be engaged for a little while just because we have so much going on.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's kind of a crazy time in your life. You're graduating, you just got engaged, you're going for your master's and then law school after that.
Yeah.
You've got a lot going on.
Busy. And then after this, more softball. So
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
gonna
true.
be awesome.
Crazy.
You said you want to be a GA next year?
Yeah. For the softball team.
Yeah, that'll be nice. You'll be able to stick around and still coach a little bit.
Yeah, it'll be fun. See a different side of it.
So will you get to play internationally again this summer, or how does that work with you being graduated?
Yeah, so I didn't get picked for the USA roster to go to Ireland, which
Oh,
was a bummer,
man.
but that's okay. I'm playing in the Canadian Cup, which is international,
That's super cool.
on the same team that I played against USA last year. So that'll be fun.
Nice.
And then I'm playing professionally. I'm not sure if I can say it for NCAA rules, but
Yeah.
not the draft that just happened, the draft that is about to happen if you keep up with softball. So I'm really excited for that because a lot of my friends play in it. It's in Chicago.
Oh, sweet.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, we talked about this last time. Can you remind me kind of the structure of how professional softball works, like the layout of the organization, how teams work?
Yeah, so the WPF, they just had their draft 2 days ago. They have 4 teams in it: the Spark, the Smoke, the Vipers, and the USSSA Pride. So they play each other the whole summer, 3-game series. It's pretty tentative. You just travel all summer and play those 4 teams. And then there's Athletes Unlimited, which is in Chicago. That one's different because the 4 top players from each week draft their own teams, and you get point system. So like you get paid your salary, but if you're within a point for whatever you are in the rankings, like you get bonuses on top of it.
Oh, really?
Interesting.
Yeah, it's like a game within a game. It's pretty cool.
That's wild.
Is it like the top 50 players, or how's that points work?
I'm not sure the exact number, but like I know at least through the top 25, 30 get bonuses.
So if you're batting 539, you probably got a good, pretty good chance there.
Yeah, yeah. But it is built. It's hard for a pitcher not to win because they have the ball every time.
Right.
And if you're a pitcher, you get to draft your team if you do the best. But like the winning team gets a lot of points and the losing team doesn't get points. But individually, if you get a hit, you get points. If you get pitchers strikeouts, you get points. Balls go against you, or like walks go against pitchers, stuff like that.
If you're a fielder and like you catch the ball or something, there's an out, do you get a point for that?
I think so. I know errors count against you.
Ooh, so
Crazy.
it's positive and negative.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
lot going on there.
Jeez.
Yeah, there is. It's a really cool system. And they do it for volleyball, basketball. I think they have lacrosse now, but it's growing a lot.
That's super cool. Yeah, something else that's grown is pickleball. We've been talking about.
Yes.
Do you like pickleball?
I love pickleball.
Yeah, I know you have that the deal with the chicken and pickle. That one
Yeah.
looked pretty cool. But we had Lucy Kovalova. Does that sound right, John?
Sounds right to me.
I think that's her last name. We had her in here, and she's the number 2 women's pickleball player in the world. And she just lives in Wichita.
I know. We watched her play. We went to UCF, and I think it might have been before UCF. It might have been in San Diego, but we watched her play on TV, and then they said she was from Wichita, and I thought that was so cool.
Yeah, and her partner Matt Wright is the number 1 men's player, and he's here in Wichita too.
Crazy.
Like,
And
why?
we got cornhole people too. We
Okay.
have really good cornhole people. Like
And bowling.
And bowling.
It's crazy.
Wichita is
Stacks.
we're stacked out here.
Yeah, everyone's
Sure.
like, you guys are a basketball school, and I'm like, I feel like we're kind of more like the extracurricular different activities like bowling and cornhole and pickleball
Right.
and things you wouldn't imagine.
Give us some beer and some bags, and we're gonna go
Exactly.
for it.
People have nothing to do in Wichita, so they play cornhole all day.
Yeah,
Really
Or
good.
pickleball.
or build airplanes.
Yeah,
that's
that
true.
too. Yeah, Bailey and I actually coached a 316 elite team, which is a youth team, and we had a cornhole tournament for a fundraiser, and like the cornhole people, I'm not sure what they're called, like 200 people came out and played
Holy
cornhole, and there
cow.
was like a professional bracket and there was a regular bracket. And I played against people and I lost like 4 times. And I'm not that bad.
Wow.
Like I'm actually not bad, but they're like spinning it and sliding it. And I'm like, how are you doing this?
That's John, though. John's a pretty mean cornhole player.
Really?
I wouldn't say that.
Hey, we ran it up at after prom in high school.
We did back in the day. It was a good time.
You're in the right place.
Yeah, for sure. I need to get a league going.
You need to.
Or you could just join that league that she was talking about.
True.
Sounds like they kind of got some momentum behind them.
True. If they got beer on there.
It's like a bunch of dads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd fit right in probably.
Yeah.
I'd be careful. Sid, you talked about starting a podcast last time.
Yes.
Is that still in the works?
It's still in the works. I have the first episode script written up,
Ooh,
but I just have not had time to get it done. Wiley Glover, she played on my team. She graduated last year. She kind of wants to do it too. So we've been talking about it, but a lot of talk has happened.
so you say you're writing up a script. Like, remind people it's murder mystery.
Yes,
What's
yes,
the-
true crime, murder, stuff like that.
So are you basing it off of ones that have actually happened, or are you creating your own like mystery and people got to figure it out with you along the way? Or
Yeah, it's like true crime murders that have already happened. Like my first episode is gonna be over BTK. So
what's BTK?
I don't know what that is either.
he's like one of the biggest murderers, and he lived in Park City. Here.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. Dennis Rader.
No, we're pretty uneducated in like the whole murder scene.
Oh yeah.
I try to
Crazy
stay away
though.
from that.
Wait, so fill us in though.
Like,
It's
one of the most infamous murderers in the country. He
Good
lived
Lord.
in Park City. Like I lived down the road from where his house used to be, and his house isn't there anymore. But he's in the what prison's near here? Sedgwick County.
Yeah, we're not from Wichita. We really don't know.
Okay.
Could be. Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, he's in that prison, but
So
crazy guy.
I don't want this to sound like bad, but what were like his stats, or why was he deemed like one of the top murderers?
I'm not exactly sure on the number. I have it written down, but he did some just very bad things. BTK stands for bind, torture, and kill.
Oh, wow.
So that's what he was known for.
Why? What's your interest in doing a podcast over this?
Well, I'm a CJ major. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I wanted to go in law enforcement initially. Now I want to go to law school, but eventually the end goal is just to be in the FBI. So crime analysis and stuff like that. So
That would be dope.
That's in the same realm.
So like definitely there's probably an impact reason why you want to do it. Like you can make a difference, but is it also like, do you have just a large amount of curiosity about it? Do you love like the thrill of solving a mystery?
Yeah, absolutely. Just kind of why people do the things that they do. My dad he used to be a cop. So trying to help people, trying to figure out why it's happening and how to stop it.
From a psychology standpoint, that'd be fascinating.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that something you think we'll cover in the episodes, is like the psychology behind it too?
Yeah, absolutely. I think so. Because I almost went psychology for my major, but then I switched to CJ. So
Yeah, that's crazy. Do you have a name for the podcast?
I initially talked about painting the scene, and I
Yep.
would paint while I'm doing it. So I think that's what I'm
Ooh,
gonna
that's
stick
cool.
to. So Bailey Sarian, I don't know if you know who she is. She does murder, mystery, and makeup. So like she does true crime and she'll do her makeup while it's happening. And I was like, well, that's fun because I like to paint. So I could do painting the scene.
Right.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
We should do like one, but we're playing cornhole during it.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of fun. Yeah, that'd be badass.
Conversations in cornhole.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh, that's actually really cool. So do you have like a target date of when you want to get it going? I know it kind of stalled.
I think this summer I'll have more time to do it. So
Yeah.
that's the goal.
Wow.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah. It'll be fun and different. Because I think everybody kind of, if I told people I was making a podcast, I think that they would automatically think it was about sports.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be fun to do something different.
Well, I feel like in general, and this might be a stereotype, I feel like women typically lean more towards like that murder, mystery, true crime category.
Yeah, for sure.
I think they're plotting, man.
I know, dude.
I think that's what it is. They got to get educated on that stuff.
You never know.
It's like one more strike, John. I'm coming.
Oh man, that's scary. Scary stuff.
There's got to be some sort of like innate difference though, because I don't feel like that interests me a ton. I could probably see like the mystery part, but that's almost like more scary. Like I don't want to know all of the bad things going on in the world type of thing.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. And it's weird too, because like, I think also since most killers are men statistically, maybe it would look weirder if you were like, it would look more suspicious if you were into that.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
She's got a point there.
Oh, geez.
That's so funny.
Wow. So law school, what type of law you want to do?
I wanted to do either child advocacy or Title IX.
Title IX. Okay.
Nice.
Title IX, that's like the disabilities, all of like the, I don't actually know exactly what it is.
Yeah, it's disabilities, women, minorities, but especially women in sports and the disparities within sports. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
So do you have an idea where you want to go to law school at?
I really like UMKC because I'm from Missouri and I like Kansas City area. So that's the number one right now, but I really don't care where I end up.
That'd be like 3 years of yeah.
Yep, 3 years. I wish there was law school here and I'd just stay here, but
right. That'd be pretty cool, honestly. I know that St. Louis University is a good law school back home too. That's pretty popular, I think.
Yeah. Well, it's cool though, because you'll be able to move around then and go do a different place than Wichita and stuff like that. So that'd be kind of interesting.
It'll be fun.
Do you want to stay in Wichita, or you want to go back to Missouri or elsewhere?
I don't think I want to go back to Missouri. I'm from like a really, really small town, so I would have to like live in Kansas City.
Right.
But me and Bailey really like Wichita right now, so I think we're gonna stay here for a while.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's a good realization to have.
Yeah.
So that you're not up in the air with stuff. You're like, okay, we're comfortable here.
Yeah, we like it.
Yeah.
What about you guys?
I was gonna say that's John. We're smiling right now because we're like, what are we doing, man?
It's coming up quick.
I know.
It's in the air.
Yeah. It's all up in the air right now. It's crazy.
I really don't have an answer. It's just up in the air.
I don't either.
that's
I mean, family's in St. Louis, so that's always an option. I would rather not move back to St. Louis right away.
Yeah.
Kind of do my own thing for a little bit, see other things, and then maybe 5, 6, 7 years down the line, move back to St. Louis. But
Okay.
I like to go see stuff, you know?
Yeah, that's how we are too. Like Bailey's from South Dakota. Definitely don't want to move back there because I've seen their winters. I've been there for the winter.
Ooh.
I think she would like to if I was on board, but I cannot be cold all the time. Like this is cold enough when it gets cold here, but it's super pretty. Like when we go in the summer, I think we're gonna make a trip to the Black Hills. She has family in Idaho Falls. Hit the national park, so that stuff's fun. But like home is here right now.
They have really good trails there. I was looking at a 100-miler in South Dakota, and it didn't work out time-wise, whatever else, but like it looked beautiful. I need to get out there sometime.
It's super pretty. I'm in Sioux Falls the most when we go because that's where her basically her whole family is from. But it's awesome. There's a bunch of bike trails. There's stuff to do downtown. It's really clean downtown. I really like it.
Yeah. I feel like Utah would be a cool one too.
Yeah.
I would say Nevada, but I feel like Vegas would be a hazard to get stuff done down there.
Yeah.
But Utah's just got the mountains and like pretty cold winters, but also like pretty good summers.
Yeah. Yeah.
And good skiing too.
I've never been skiing.
Me either.
Oh, you guys need to go skiing. It's a good time.
What's it like?
I don't know. I mean, it's just
John's like, I haven't been either.
Actually,
I mean, it's just putting these things on your feet, and it's awesome. It's hard to learn a little bit when you get there, but you know, give it a half a day, you'll have it down pat. I've never been on the big ones like in Colorado or Utah or something like that. I've only been in Illinois, so I can't really say I've been skiing, but I've been on the snow in skis before.
That's cool. Have you guys ever been snowboarding?
No, I've not.
I've never. Yeah.
I think
I'm too
awesome.
shy. I can't go.
You've been snowboarding?
No, but I think it'd be really cool.
What else is on your bucket list?
I want to climb a mountain.
Ooh,
that's a big
awesome.
one. That's a big one I want to do. I don't even know how to get into it or like what I need to do or what I need to train, but that's what I want to do.
Like scale a mountain like you're suspended with your strap, or you mean like hike up a mountain?
Hike up a mountain.
Okay. That'd be a good one. I was picturing you hanging like one hand and
God.
reaching back in the chalk from behind you like you always see on TV.
Have you seen those like documentaries on Netflix where they free climb?
Scary. Holy cow. My palms get so sweaty. I'm like, I can't watch this. Oh man.
I gotta look that up actually. I saw a really good one on Netflix.
Alex Honnold. That guy is ridiculous.
That passed away.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
I saw that.
Is that recently?
Got stuck in Alaska.
Let me look it up. But I think that's when I saw.
That one was really good. That messed me up for a long time because I thought he was going to be alive.
Dang,
well, didn't it start off by saying like the years he'd been alive?
I don't know. But then is it the one where his girlfriend or whatever climbs at the end, like all of his routes? Okay, maybe I just didn't listen to the beginning.
Was it Free Solo?
I think so.
Yeah.
Wait, is that Alex Honnold?
Okay, let me do another search here.
It is Alex's.
Oh. I like Alex. He seemed cool.
Yeah, it sounds like
no, it's not. He's not dead. There's no way. Look it up.
R.I.P. Alex.
Wait, time out. He's alive.
No, yeah, he's definitely alive. I was like, wait a second.
So let me Google Netflix documentary where the person dies.
This is so bad. This is such a depressing time.
Because there was one guy who was like really, really good at it.
Yes.
Oh, it's the Alpinist.
Yes.
It follows Marc Andre Leclerc. I don't know. I do Spanish. I don't really do French too well. But he was incredibly good, breaking like all of the records. And he never would climb supported. He always wanted to just go by himself and like a free spirit. Didn't have like a phone, and got stuck up in the mountains. I think it was in Alaska.
Yeah, and spoiler alert on this, but it's a really interesting story that they actually flew to Alaska because they're going to get good weather for some odd reason. There wasn't supposed to be, so they like randomly went on this climb, and then he had like service at the top, right?
Yep.
You don't have service up there, and that was like his last post on Instagram before he passed away.
Yeah, it was because then a storm rolled in, I'm pretty sure, and it was like an avalanche or something that got him.
Yeah, and they couldn't find him.
So he made it to the top. He didn't fall off.
No,
but he like froze to death at the top or got crushed by something.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I'm remembering the situation correct, they had like a window, and it was like a once in a lifetime window. He's like, screw it, I'm going to do it. Got to the top, and he must have known there's a good chance that he wouldn't get to the bottom, but it was like, I got to get to the top.
Right.
Oh, God bless. This is
Yeah, and
terrible.
then like they sent the search team, and it was like too dangerous for them to go get his body. So like, isn't he still there?
I don't know if they found him. Yeah.
I don't think they did.
I think that's odd about like Mount Everest too. There's like people that die every year and they just leave them there.
Yeah.
And they're frozen. So they're like mummified.
Preserved.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
It freaks me out. Like I saw a video the other day of a group of climbers just walking past like a puffy jacket and stuff. And they were just like, yeah, he's passed away and nobody can go get him.
You know what else does that to me? Parkour. They're wait,
Good segue.
Wait, no. Hear
Great
me,
segue.
hear me out though. We're talking about free climbing and people getting trapped up there, falling off. Or the deal is, there's this video of this guy who goes on top of this skyscraper.
Oh,
and it's got this crane. So he climbs up the crane, gets out to the very end of it, and like he's still safe. He's doing his thing, taking his selfies or whatever. And he's got a videographer that's like down below him taking a video. And the guy decides that he gets going to climb up this crane, which goes off the side of the building. So you're just fully suspended. And he decides to rip out some pull-ups. And so he starts doing a couple of pull-ups. And I don't remember what the number was. Let's say it's 5. He gets to 4 pull-ups. And on the 5th pull-up, muscle fatigue. He can't get himself back up. His only alternative was to just drop.
Wouldn't you like, if you're doing stuff like that, wouldn't you like have a parachute on your back just in case?
You would think. My motto is play stupid games, win stupid prizes. I mean that's just it right there.
That's crazy. That actually made me think of I have a VR headset.
Yeah.
And you can like do stuff like that in it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's scary.
Yeah.
Is it the plank one?
Yes, the plank one, and there's a roller coaster one.
We did the plank one. I was sweating. It was bad.
It's crazy.
But my thing is like, know your limits. All right. It's stupid enough for you to climb out there. If that's what you're into, that's cool. My thing, who's doing a max set of pull-ups
Right
on this crane? Like, why wouldn't you at least say, all right, I got 4, let's climb up. I still got enough energy. Buddy was like, I'm going till max effort till I fail. And that's
max was 5 and we didn't get there.
Oh,
that's crazy.
It's just terrible, man.
Stupid.
I'll tell you what, though, it's kind of cool whenever you see them like running and jump, like they do like a flip and they land, do the little roll and stuff. Like,
yeah,
parkour in itself is pretty dope, but it's too high risk for me.
Yeah, absolutely not.
I'll stay on the ground, I think.
Yeah.
Except I do like skydiving.
Yeah.
Have you guys been?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I knew that. I think, is it on your Instagram?
Yeah, I think so.
Potentially. We went in Colorado in 2020.
Sick.
It was awesome.
Spur of the moment, like a dope situation. But have you been?
No, I really wanted to, and I signed up one time, and then I ended up having softball or something, and I was like, I probably shouldn't be doing
Stupid softball.
extreme sports.
Yeah, I was gonna say you should probably wait till the end of the
I'm
season.
pretty good about like keeping myself in a bubble. Like I won't get on ATVs. I won't get on.
Yeah.
I won't roller skate. I won't ice skate. Like I try to be safe.
Just
Probably a good
cryotherapy.
idea.
Yeah, cryo. Just freeze myself.
No, you should definitely go skydiving. It's actually pretty safe. Now, I'm going to say that you're going to go and something terrible is going to happen, but you should,
I'm not going.
you should give it a shot. It's like the coolest experience. It's like 2 minutes of just the most beautiful, most surreal thing. You don't even feel like you're falling.
Really?
You just feel like the earth is getting like closer to you. You don't feel that sensation.
It is crazy. It's just wild. You feel like you're floating there for.
Is the
I don't
the
know.
anticipation scary?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I was sweating the whole time.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
And you're strapped to someone else, which is kind of like an interesting situation. But if you wanted to turn around, they wouldn't let you. Like they'll shove you out of the plane.
Oh, good.
Yeah, they wouldn't not let you go out the plane, which was awesome. But
My only beef I had was we flew up there. I was nervous, but I was like, all right, I'm going to do it. And as soon as he opened up that door and you're 14,000 feet up, you're looking down, you're like, oh boy. And I was ready just to fall. And so we jump out and my guy goes, check this out. And he flipped me twice. We did 2 front flips and then we were facing the
Check
ground.
this out.
And I'm like, no. I was all sorts of dizzy and discombobulated.
Oh
And
my gosh.
yeah.
yeah, my guide and I had to fall out. They didn't want me to hit my head on the way out. It was very like low clearance.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't think we're gonna be able to jump out. We're just gonna like
Yeah.
fall.
If you jump out, you're gonna get concussion.
Yeah,
And then fly through the air into the.
I just
until you get
not
there.
even realize what I'm doing and then wake up. I'm like, oh shit, where am I at?
Yeah.
Didn't he say that you were the tallest person that he'd taken
Yeah.
up there?
Oh
Yeah.
wow. That's
I hold the
scary.
record.
Yeah. How's that make you feel?
Feels fine. But they do have a weight
humble,
limit.
humble king.
Yeah. They have a weight limit when I'm like right at the weight limit now.
Oh, really?
So I'm like, if I want to go again, I just gotta like not eat for 2
Like, cut
days or
weight,
something. Yeah. Because I would like to take my sister. She's been wanting to go forever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm gonna pick a day. I'm just gonna be like, okay, Olivia. Oh shoot. Hopefully she's not listening to the podcast.
Let's be honest, your sister doesn't.
That's true. I mean, she might, but I would love to just be like, Olivia, get ready. We're leaving. And then just show up there and do it. I think that'd be so cool.
Yeah.
Well, you shouldn't have said her name because you got 2 sisters. You could have had like a 50-50 shot if she did listen.
Yeah, but the other one is too she's too valuable at this point to our family. And
Wait a second. That's a statement I'm gonna need you to backtrack here.
Yeah, that's the same.
she's graduating med school.
So
So
she's inherently more valuable than you or your sister.
I would say so. There's more money invested, time and money invested for sure.
that's funny.
Wow, I still think that's a pretty bold statement to make.
Yeah.
Like, I think I'd make the claim I'm the most valuable person in my family. You know?
Fair enough. We all have differences for sure.
No, I'm
How
definitely.
many
kidding.
siblings do you guys have each?
I have two. Older sister and younger sister. I almost said 2 older sisters.
Yeah, I'm the youngest of 4. I've got brother, sister, me.
Nice.
So like typical last child vibes for the most part.
Yeah. Okay.
What about you?
I'm the second of 4. I have an older sister, a younger sister, and a younger brother.
So that youngest brother,
Yeah.
do I fit the mold of the youngest brother?
No.
Really?
Ryder's wild. He just like is a hermit, basically. He just plays video games.
Okay.
And that's all he wants to do.
Fair enough. To each his own, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound too bad though.
I've always wanted to get into video games. I can't do it for some reason.
I can't either.
I don't know what it is.
No, I can't either. Like, I feel like a lot of people in the basketball team in high school played video games, and it was always like you get done with practice and they're hopping on Call of Duty. I just never saw an entertainment.
Yeah, like, what do you get from this?
Yeah.
I never understood that either. I've tried.
Fortnite. I tried for a good while and I just never
You're like,
won. So I was like, this is
like
stupid.
this. I will like this.
Now I will say, since I don't use my VR very much, but they're coming out with the Grand Theft Auto VR.
Oh,
I'm
that'd be
gonna
sick.
get that because that sounds like a lot of fun. Just
That
to
would
go
be
rob places and steal cars on VR.
In first person.
Yeah. Just see what it's like.
That is one game that I was actually like really involved in is Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, my sisters were for sure.
So with VR, is it like the headset where, like the Oculus, where you have like the hand things?
Yeah.
And so, like, if you punch, it punches, and if you do whatever,
Yeah.
oh, that's cool. That's like
Yeah.
really interactive.
It's kind of hard though because they like make everything pretty thorough. Like I try to do a shooting game and you have to like get it out and like reload it. And it's really hard.
You're like, you're out of clips. Like,
was like,
where am I
wait a
supposed to get
second.
these from?
You
Just
gotta
get-
go find some.
Just give me more.
That's-
That's awesome.
That's a good time. You like watching movies?
I love movies. Yeah.
I feel like I'm a big movie person.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't watch movies.
You know?
No, not at all. It's bad. Like I'll watch one every once in a while, but I just can't sit down for 3 hours and watch a movie.
Yeah.
Are you more of a TV series guy?
Yeah, if I find one that I'm really interested in, I'll watch a TV series. But
Yeah, I'm a big Netflix series person. Like I like the drama ones just because I'm bored. It's just like a casual view. I don't actually like watch it though. Like I'll be doing something else and just listening.
Like looking up murders and stuff?
Yeah. That's why I like podcasts so much, just because I like don't pay attention to what I'm seeing. I just listen.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. What's your favorite movie? Or maybe like top 2?
Top 2. I really like Stick It. It's a really old movie. It's
Yeah, I
like
haven't seen it.
2006. It's about gymnastics.
A really old
Ooh.
movie, 2006.
I was
that's
sick.
weird.
Our parents are going to listen to this and just hate us.
Yeah, literally.
Wow.
But yeah, it's about gymnastics and about girl power, basically. So I
Nice.
think that's
Sweet.
fun.
Like, yeah. What's your favorite movie? Top 2. Top
Oof.
1.
I don't know. Talladega Nights is definitely up there. You can't go wrong with Will Ferrell.
Fair enough.
That's
enough.
fair.
Maybe Step
Plus.
Brothers as well. I mean, those two are just classics right
That
there.
is true.
Yes, man.
What about you, John?
I'm going with War Dogs. I really like
Oh,
that
yeah.
movie.
Ooh, I
Yeah,
love that movie.
it's a good movie.
Yes, that one is good. Have you guys seen the new Top Gun?
Yes.
I
Seen
love that
parts of
one
it.
too.
I
Yeah.
think it's better than the original. I didn't actually like the original.
I didn't either, but
Yeah.
I really like this one.
It was pretty good. Do you like The Wolf of Wall Street? You guys seen that?
Yeah, I do.
Oh my
I do like
gosh.
that one. I haven't watched it in a while actually, but a good rewatch for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great business principles.
Yeah.
Definitely made an impression on me.
That's cool. Well, Sid, as we start to wrap up, I have 2 questions for you. The first one being, where can people find you online if they want to connect, learn more, keep in touch?
Yeah, I'm biggest on Instagram at SydneyMick00, Twitter at Sydney R. McKinney, and I'm a big Snapchatter at SydMick00. That's where you can keep
You're
that
an influencer.
on Snapchat. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Life. They actually emailed me and they're like, "You're not Snapchatting enough," and I was like, "I'm busy."
What are they
I'm
looking for?
trying.
Like how much per day?
I'm like 10 to 20 per day because I have ads in my Snap. So they're like, if you want to make more money, put more snaps. I'm like, I'm not just gonna spam people
Yeah.
to get money. Like,
So do you feel like a pressure to like do post-worthy things every day so you can get your content game up?
kind of some days, yeah. It's kind of annoying, actually. Getting an email saying you're not posting enough
Yeah.
is weird when I'm like busy all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, just give me like a low-key day. I just want to chill out and not
Right.
exist.
But if you look at the people that are really successful on Snapchat, they spam the crap out of each day. Like they have to have their phones in their hand,
Yeah.
recording everything. And that's just not the type of person I am.
Well, to their credit though, Snapchat does the smart thing of like whatever the last picture or video is, they make that the cover. So you have to click through all of them to get to that
Yes.
last one.
Yes.
That happens with Sports Center. I'm like, oh, I want to see that play. And I have to watch like 5 minutes worth of videos just to get to that
With
last
the
play.
ads in between.
Oh my
too.
gosh, yeah.
That's where they get you is the ads.
Man,
Do you have the blue check on IG?
I do not.
Really?
I figured out of anyone you'd have it.
Yeah.
Kind of fake of them.
Yeah.
I even worked with Meta.
Oh,
Have you
No blue check.
asked them about it?
I haven't, but I'm kind of waiting for the draft.
oh
And
yeah.
then
there
once
you
I
go.
hit the pro, I'm gonna be like, okay, now you kind of have to.
Yeah, where's that verification at, yo?
Yeah.
Or you can just pay for it
I
now.
would say you can pay for it now. So
Absolutely not.
Isn't that the weirdest thing?
They asked me if I wanted to do that, and I like clicked it, and it was like $14.99 a month. And I was like, who is gonna do this?
It's weird because I felt like, and people would disagree, I felt like it served a purpose. Like whenever I was doing a lot of online interviews, it helped if there was a check mark because I knew that a lot of the research I'd done maybe backed up because they also agreed this person was influential in some capacity.
Right.
And so now that anyone can pay for it, it's kind of like hard to separate who the fake people are from the real ones doing actual things.
I totally agree.
Are you going to pay for it, John?
no, not at all.
Can you imagine like someone's birthday gift is like, hey, I'm going to verify you on Instagram
For 1 month.
For 1 month, and then it's cut.
Then it's over.
Yeah, it's like that's
You're nobody.
Exactly.
all we had in the budget.
It's like I had the blue check for a month and I just didn't want to pay for it anymore.
I do want to know, like, I have like wanted to ask, like, what are the requirements for it? Because I haven't like, I guess, filled out the thing to do it or whatever. But like, what, like, when people just randomly get verified, like, why?
Yeah.
Like, I just want to know.
I feel like it's usually a combination of followers and SEO. I actually knew some people that like worked kind of in that industry. So they kind of told me a little bit about it. And it's like, you need to be ranking on the first page of Google, and it needs to be from like strong, noticeable publications. So like NCAA would be a good one to use, a good link. And so whenever you go to apply, you'll put like anywhere from 3 to 5 different links. And then you have to put like a picture of your driver's license. And then they basically just look through the links and say, oh, this seems like they're a big deal or they're not a big deal. It's like very subjective process.
Or you could just pay for it.
You just pay for it. But I will say, I think it does serve a bias towards men in sports because I have seen some men in sports, like basketball players, say they're not very good. Sorry, they're not very good. Not great people, don't post, not a lot of followers, verified. So like, what makes them so important to where they need to be verified when just because they're a male in basketball?
Was it recent, or do you think they could have paid for it?
It was a while ago.
Oh, really?
I've seen several. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, maybe, I don't know, because our softball games publicly televised like across the US? Because sometimes it's also like, are you on ESPN2? Are you on ESPN1? Like, I don't know how that works, but maybe.
Right. That could be it too, because we're just on ESPN Plus, which is
Still cool though. Like,
still cool. Yeah, absolutely. But
does that ever register in your head? Like, wow, people can like watch me across the world on ESPN Plus right now.
sometimes I think about it, it's so wild because like I'll get texts from people in different states, especially on Snapchat, where everybody can like around the world can message me through my public profile, watching me in Australia or watching
that's
me.
cool.
And I have a lot of fans in Japan now, which is wild. So just knowing that it stretches that far is kind of crazy.
Do they message you in English if they're in Japan?
Yeah, usually it actually translates for me. Like on Instagram, it'll translate for me. Snapchat, it usually translates because I don't get a lot that's
Yeah.
in a different language.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I know Japanese, so
Yeah.
You're
no, I'm
fluent.
just kidding. I know nothing.
Nice. Well, Sid, the last question is, looking back at kind of how even this season has gone, what advice would you give to yourself at the beginning compared to what you're doing now?
I think at the beginning, I'd give the advice of just being present. It's really hard. I have so many outside factors, inside factors, softball factors, family. Like you're always thinking of what I can do to get to the next big thing instead of just realizing what you have in front of you. And I think that's something that a lot of people can learn from. It's just being present.
Yeah, I'd agree. Thanks for coming on, Sid.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me, guys.